Hello Internet, it's Sunny and welcome back to Right Wing Sister. Before we get started, please make sure you check out the links down in the description below. Make sure to, if you want to support me on any of my monetary donational sites down there, and make sure you like and subscribe as well. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let's get started. Hi, I watched Dear White People Season 2. I'm going to share my thoughts on it, and yeah, just here we go. So I did a review on Season 1. Make sure you click somewhere up here so that way you can watch that one if you want to watch that one before this one. I'm kind of overthinking that, but this review will include spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled, I highly recommend you don't watch this, because I will spoil some things in this show. Some things I like about it: it is very well acted. It's a lot better than Season 1. I like the direction in it. I like, how they did the edits and stuff like that. And the outfits. Man, the outfits in this show are superb. I like everything that they put on everyone. Some things that you don't think go together, goes together, and I loved it. I know I'm going a little bit in on the outfits, but I really did enjoy them. Everything that they wore was, I think, fantastic, and it fit their personality. So regarding things I didn't like, you could probably already guess. The SJW feminist talking points were hype, just driven up to the 10th degree in Season 2 compared to Season 1. Man, oh man, they had all of the buzzwords. They had triggering, they had problematic, they had oh yeah, there's this new phrase that I have come to know that I might make an independent video on. It's called epigenetics. They believe this stuff. It's okay, I'm reading off the Wikipedia because it's like the fastest thing that I could find. It says epigenetics is the study of heritable changes in gene function that do not involve changes in the DNA sequence. So that if layman's terms, you can pass down things and experiences from people. It doesn't show up on your DNA, it doesn't show up in your genetic code whatsoever, but it's there. So they're trying to say that all of these past grievances and struggles from, like slavery, somehow that stress and worry can be passed down. It's so stupid. Again, I'm going to make an independent video on that. But that's the type of stuff that they were talking about in this show. It got that bad. It's a lot to, I guess, try to deal with. If you're one of those people that really hates SJWs and feminism and the bad side of Black Lives Matter, not the good. There's people who want to do good in Black Lives Matter, but some of them give them a bad name. So that type of person, all of it's in there. All of it is talked about, and it comes across, or it talks about some really, really, I guess, serious issues as well. Like Coco, she is the go-getter, the people person or the people pleaser when it comes to what she wants. Basically, she ends up getting pregnant by Troy, and he used to be this, this person that kind of think like her, career driven, he wants what he wants, but he was living his dad's dream basically, because that's what his dad wanted him to do. So Coco ends up getting pregnant, and she ends up getting an abortion, and the show makes it look like she's gonna make the decision to keep the baby because she's in a moment where her future life flashes before her eyes, and it's 18 years later, and she's sending her kid off to the same college she went to, and she's happy, and she's like, "You're the best thing that ever happened to me. You're gonna move mountains and inspirational, whatever." And it comes out, she's out of her, I guess, state of dream, her dream state, and they're calling her name for the abortion, and she goes and gets it. And I'm just like, what? Why did you trick me like this? So and the abortion is just like an afterthought after she gets it. Like, she maybe mentions it once or twice throughout the show. Troy doesn't mention it at all. And that was one thing that I didn't like in the show, and I know it's make-believe. I know it's not true, but these people are trying to drive a message that you do have a choice, which I guess you do have a choice, and it's one of legal means, but it doesn't make it right. So, abortion definitely is a topic that they talk about in the show. So, that's a thing. And I want to talk about Lionel again. Lionel in season 1 is my favorite character, and he's my favorite character in season 2 as well. I like Lionel. He is this, I guess, new out of the closet gay, and he doesn't really fit in with the straights. He doesn't really fit in with the gays either, because they're flamboyant and, you know, extra and all this other stuff, and he's not. He's just this regular nerdy guy, and he kind of finds someone in his little quest to find out who he is, and no one is ever, you know, fitting in the way he wants to. And he's also in a storyline with Sam, trying to find I guess this secret society that can topple, I guess, this power structure going on at the college, where they're mad about integration. Okay, like I said in season 1 that they were mad, that, like, I didn't understand why the students were mad about integrating a dorm hall called AP. So it was all black, you know, at one point, you know, according to the story, it was all black people. It wasn't integrated, and then they did integrate it because one of their dorm halls burned down, and so there's like white people and black people all up in AP hall, and some people are upset about it, and I'm just like, why are you upset about integration? The opposite of integration is segregation. We worked in the civil rights era so hard not to be segregated because we wanted to be integrated in with American society, with white people. We wanted to be treated as equals. And yet, your argument for segregation is you want safe spaces. Yeah. They talk about safe spaces too. And I'm just still so flabbergasted that they kept that in the show. Like, you want segregation. Like, I don't understand that at all. I can't believe. And there are some college campuses that do want segregation, a safe space from outside people. I just want to see someone that looks like me. Like, that's their argument. Do you know how hard it is not to see anyone that looks like you? Like, I wouldn't care. As long as I'm getting paid, or, you know, I'm getting what I need to get done, I don't care what you look like. As long as it's no matter. A safe space, there is no such thing. I don't want to make this video about safe spaces, but let's move on. There is a Milo Yiannopoulos character in this show. In season 1, he was the editor-in-chief of this newspaper within the school called The Independent, and a big story happened. They lost their funding because the expose was the people that were funding him. And so the editor, or they were trying to, I guess, revamp their former newspaper independently on their own. So it was the gay guy, the black gay guy, and some chick. And so they're doing investigations and whatnot. And there's this online internet troll. It's called IVW, I think it's called. Like, it's supposed to be this Twitter account or something equivalent to Twitter. And he's saying all of these racist things, and it's making Sam cry. Okay, the main character's name is Sam White. And this troll on the internet is making her cry. Like, serious, ugly cry. Like, you must be real weak. Emotionally, physically, whatever, for you to cry over some troll on the internet calling you racist things. Like, it is ridiculous. That part really bothered me, that she cried because of online trolls. They're trying to find out who this online troll is, the black gay guy, Lionel, and he ends up finding out that it was it was the former editor-in-chief of the Independent. So he's basically the Milo Yiannopoulos character in the story. And they also have an Ann Coulter character in the story as well. She, the one that plays that girl, I can't remember her name in the show, but she's actually Sam White in the Dear White People movie that came out in 2014. So I guess she agreed to be the villain in, the whole thing. And so it's basically a black woman. I think she's black, I don't know. She's basically the token Fox correspondent. It's just a whole bunch of things that they say that are problematic to them, and you agree with it. Because, okay, so Dear White People is based on the fictional radio show called Dear White People, and Sam White is the DJ for it. So a group of students came out with Dear Right People, and they said, I'm not a white nationalist, but when you have things like diversity programs that da-da-da-da, and I was like, yeah, that's right. And it makes it look like they are that whole saying, I'm not racist, but, kind of argument. When I saw that, they were basically taking talking points from right-wing, beliefs. Like, we don't believe, we believe in diversity, right? We don't really care what color skin you are, but when you say this person deserves a job because their skin is black and call that diversity, it's not. We're against that. We just want you for who you are. And diversity when it comes to like refugees and stuff like that. We want you to come into this country legally, the right way, and for you to just hop on in and not contribute to society and not pay taxes, that's not being against diversity. That's just being against illegal immigration. And it's not racist to be against illegal immigration. And so they're trying to paint this picture of how right-wing people are, and it's not true. So it's kind of like whenever the media nowadays take us out of context, they try to do that with the right-wing people to make it look like they were the bad guys. But basically, in a nutshell, it was more tolerable to watch because they did so well, and their outfits were just so gorgeous. And but the SJW talking points were just so often. So if you can't stand that type of stuff, this is not for you. But if you can look past that and appreciate the acting in it, I think it was acted well. There's some people who really don't have the acting chops. They overact. But yeah, I liked it, but I didn't like it. Let me know your thoughts and let me know what you think down below. Make sure you comment and subscribe to Right Wing Sister. I will be doing a video on epigenetics next because I think it's ridiculous. So that's it, guys. Have a great day, and I will go do the same. Ouch.